Hey, Jack, thanks for taking a few minutes to share with us today. Could you just start by telling us a little bit about how you first came to know the Lord?
I first came to know the Lord by being born to good parents in a good church. I was born into a Christian family. I went to a Methodist church growing up. It was very warm and comforting growing up. I was never really scared. It was a very good place to go to Bible study, go to Sunday school, and I had a good impression of the Lord growing up. But I had not quite doubts growing up, but just kind of questions. It was a very laissez-faire type church. It wasn't very harsh on anybody. It was very warm and welcoming to anybody, like a Methodist church usually is. And I had a good time growing up, and I grew up well into my teens into that church, going to youth groups and stuff like that. And while I learned a lot about the community, I didn't really learn as much about the Lord as I really should have. And I think I was probably being guided in a different way to just kind of figure it out on my own.
And then what brought you to Family Life Bible Church?
Well, it resulted in this. There was a schism a couple years ago in the Methodist Church back in Stuttgart. Well, I mean the United Methodist Church in general, and we decided to part ways with the Methodist doctrine and transfer to a Baptist church in Stuttgart. But we ended up moving about 2 years ago to here, and I started finally finding ground and like a stronger faith of spirit in my own life as time went on, and me and my brother Nick were looking for a new church here for mom, and eventually we settled here, and we just felt a very strong calling of the Spirit here that the way the word is preached here makes sense. That it encourages you to live a life that challenges your way of thinking. It's not just if you will do this, if you follow these simple rules. Instead, it's more: are you following these rules? Are you thinking about following these laws? Are you challenging your lifestyle? And I really like that here. Matthew here is really good about drawing up questions and making you question your own self, challenging the way you believe in your faith. And I enjoy that. I enjoy like thinking about how to improve my belief, how to act better on a day-to-day basis. Are you treating everybody you know well? Are you actually taking your time and using it well?
So how has that sort of shown up in your walk with the Lord then since you've been here?
I like to think that I'm taking more time to try and understand people. Like understand, not to be angry at them, to understand like they're their own persons and they have their own vices and sins to deal with, and they don't need me being mad at them. They need me to understand and be more kinder to them. That I need to be more introspective and think, I'm not getting too high up on my own horse. I need to look around, ground myself, and think, how is this going to affect my day-to-day life with Jesus? How is it? Am I walking the right path? Am I using the right words? Am I not taking the Lord's name in vain? Am I showing my faith through words and actions, and not just like words?
That's fantastic. So obviously you're still on a journey with the Lord, but based on how God's been working in your life, how would you like to challenge or encourage the rest of us in terms of how you see the Lord working?
I said the most important thing is not to doubt. Do not have faith that you will be cared for. All my life, I have felt the care of the Lord on my shoulder, have been guided from day to day. From what seems like a hard struggle one day, you'll look back and think, that was never a problem. You were always going to succeed through that. The hand of the Lord was on your shoulder the whole time. Do not worry for the future. You'll be guided through it. The hand of the Lord is on your shoulder, and the path is open before you.
That's great. Thanks so much, Jack.
Thank you.